You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Interfed Radio. Welcome to Around the United Nations League Trash Talk Edition. With me in studios, or should I say still in studio, Commissioner Scott Anderson. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Here we are, 2020, but we still have holidays 2019 to go. Thank you, IWA.
Yeah. IWA keeping us in suspense always.
Yes.
Now, since you brought that up, for any aspiring commissioner, if you email Kim, I think she will give you the calendar, right? So you know what to.
Well, I think Commissioner Goldstein managed to get the calendar, but my understanding in previous attempts is that they don't always give that out. But apparently, he got the 2020 schedule, so kudos, yeah.
Yeah. So if you are interested, email Kim. Tell her you want the Goldstein treatment. Hey, I've said it, a long time ago. Commissioner Goldstein is a much better deal maker than I, and he continues to show them colors, man. So shout out.
By the Goldstein treatment, do you mean like he'll eventually get what he's asked for, and it'll take like 3 cycles, or? Yes, you're elite. No, you're not. Yes, you're elite. No, you're not. Oops, we let somebody in.
Hey, Commissioner.
Hey, we love you, Kim. If you're listening, it's all out of love. We love you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, as long as they don't give him the IWA treatment and erase their what? We're going the Commissioner, this is Trash Talk Edition. Trash, not IWA trashing edition.
Shots fired.
Oh, man.
All right. Yeah, this is UNL time.
UNL time. Hey, again, shout out to the IWA. Happy New Year if you're listening. And Commissioner UNL said it before, continue to say it. The premier angle-based playing league in the game. If you got a problem hearing those words, come on the show. We'll show you why this is the Premier League to run your angles and have fun. But a lot. And I mean, Commissioner, just going over the the recap or right before we hit record. A lot to look forward to, and a lot of tears will fall in 2020 because if 2019 and the retirement of the Quebec Hitman didn't shock you enough already, and again, 2019 we still got one more cycle to cover, even though we're already in 2020, but the retirement of the Quebec Hitman was sits right at the top of the 2019 calendar, brother, because winner of the Rumble,
yes,
definitely won the hearts and the fans over here for quite some time, and a shock. I mean, I'll be dead honest, Commissioner. I mean, it's without going down the wrong tunnel.
Oh, we'd never do that.
Oh no, but it's something to be said. Careers do come to an end in professional wrestling, and to see the changing of the guards is also critical in imaginary wrestling as well as in actual professional wrestling. No one wants to see Hulk Hogan go, but it was necessary to keep the program and keep the keep moving forward in the association. So I think it was teardrop to see someone like the Quebec Hitman go out, but with the number of characters that have come in and just filled those vacancies, I mean, my goodness, it just it's amazing. It's amazing to see what's developed from it, and look forward to what's coming in 2020. But
sure.
Now, where to start? I mean, obviously, we'll start with 2 people you're, I would say, very familiar with. Valinaria. Looks like Valen and Archie, are set to collide at World Warfare. This has been brewing, a couple of cycles now.
Yeah, I mean, really, since before the last pay-per-view. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's nice where I think you have these two characters like Archie and Brody, and I've always considered Brody more the knucklehead, more the just not as focused.
Yeah.
To see somebody
A little
like
more,
Archie
maybe,
just
I don't
kind of
know if I want to
push.
say fun-loving, but a little more relaxed.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely could enjoy a beer more with with Brody than with Archie, but and it just goes to show that hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to put your tag team partner to the side and say, hey, you know what? This match could push my career to
Right.
some bigger and greener pastures, and I got to do it for my career. So
Right.
you
And
know,
so, yeah, Archie wants the chance to prove himself. And he thinks that, perhaps the tag match wasn't the best show of his ability. And it sounds like he and Brody are still okay, but Archie wanted a chance to prove himself in singles action. So, kind of the uh, culmination of this Valen versus Archie feud that began with Valen kind of saying that Archie didn't belong in the gauntlet match.
ooh,
Uh,
that's what.
so
Anytime you get personal and be like, I think we mentioned this during the commissioner show. When you question somebody's ability,
right,
you're gonna rub somebody the wrong way. And I agree with you when you said that. I think this is going to be one of those technical matches, and there's going to be so many different counters, and
they're gonna it's gonna they're gonna want to prove that they have the superior skill.
yeah. And again, this is one of those launching pad matches, because not that Valen needs any more to just launch him, but I think more for Archie, if he could
Yeah,
get over someone as respected and technical as Valen, yeah, this is going to be nice.
yeah. I think yeah,
Uh,
it's more of a stay on top of the mountain match for Valen and a come to the top of the mountain match for Archie.
Now you're not just saying that because Archie and Brody had a mountain experience already, are you?
No, no, of course not. There's
Oh,
no there's no allegory there.
oh man, come back to the top. Come to the top of the mountain. See me here.
Yes.
Like, oh
Yeah.
man, you're
No.
just at the bottom plateau there. Climb up a little higher, buddy. But hey, can't wait to see that one, Commissioner. Oh, now we'll get the bad rap. At least in my eyes,
How so? Yes, I would be
I
interested to hear your take on that.
well, hey, I've always seen him as kind of kept to himself. So, you know,
Yeah, that's
the
fair to say.
the microphone aspect, poor. I always feel bad for this Felicia character, who has to go and interview someone like Naul, who I know you're not a football guy, but there's a football player by the name of Marshawn Lynch,
Okay. And is
who,
he fairly not fun to interview?
well, he's the type that he only does interviews not to get fined by the league.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
when he interviews, he has like a comment or a saying, like like maybe today it's like yeah. So he answers every question with yeah, yeah, and whatever you ask him, if that's his word of the day, that's all you're getting from him during that interview.
Yeah.
You know, so that's I don't want to put Naul in that same category, but it's just kind of like the reluctancy to come out and be like, oh my god, I got to deal with these interviewers asking their dumb question. They're probably going to twist what I say into a different kind of pretzel, and feed it to the public, and going to make me look like a jerk. But he does them. He
Yes.
comes out, and I think she's asking him asked him about the aforementioned hitman and his retirement, and kind of looking forward to 2020, and ah
Yeah.
we'll, we'll,
Well, I think 2019 for Naul was very much like the what would you call it, the dutiful friend, right? The helping out his buddies, making sure, like he had Quick Kills back, he had Valinaria's back, and now it's kind of like, I think it's time to, refocus a little bit.
Yeah, have some Naul time.
Have some Naul time. Yes.
Now, what better way to have some Naul time than to go after one of the cronies, one of the craners, one of oh man, this guy in a purple suit. And now I still haven't heard from Solomon if he is still one of the cronies, one of the craners.
Well, he kind of leaves it open, not to skip ahead to his trash talk, but he really doesn't. He is asked about that, and he doesn't. He doesn't answer. He walks away.
I think the rule of Solomon is kind of you know pulling him away from the craners. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think him and Naor are facing very similar, though very different path. Where they have to become their own, their own identities, their own people.
Right.
So I like it. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. But I definitely got a kick out of Naol's hashtag that he is not Crane.
I am not Crane.
Not Crane. Oh man. Well, what we will see at World Warfare if Solomon is still a Crane, and see what happens with these two.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know. You're giving me a lot to think about here.
yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be a good year. It really is. Now,
yes,
as we look forward and look ahead in 2020, um, these two guys, very similar, and their path have mixed and tangled in 2019. And let's say it like it is. If you had to give, the first 2 years here in the UNL, you would have to give them to Rick Rancher because he was the man.
I mean, he was Wrestler of the Year in 2017 and 2018. So,
yes. And then you have the coming of age, and we come and find out that Alaska is definitely bigger than Texas, and he batters him and batters him, and in it seemed like they were like taking shadow dancing for a while, and then just McFleece just like eclipsed him, and it sent Rancher into somewhere where he hasn't been. He's been
bit of a tailspin.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this, but he's now literally the underdog going into World Warfare because he's never really been that underdog, and to you know have someone of McFleece's nature, uh, just overshadow him is nuts, man. And like I said, McFleece himself has gone through some major changes, and
yeah,
I was shocked to see that he's looking ahead, maybe looking even past 2020. He's like, hey, I got these 17 more, 17 more cycles.
Well,
and,
yeah, he's looking. This was a for anybody who might have missed it, this is a pretty big reveal here. He's talking about facing Rancher one more time at World Warfare. He's talking about maybe some unfinished business with Tembatsu, but then he kind of goes on to say like, I'm tired. Like I've proved what I needed to prove, and it sounds like at the end of 2020 he's going to hang up his boots.
Yeah, that was like you said, a big reveal. Like I was definitely not expecting anything near that. And when I heard it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is nuts. And then you get Rancher, who hasn't been on the microphone in a couple of cycles. He's kind of kept to himself.
Right.
And then he comes and says that if he loses to this chump or to this, great, great fighter again, that he's done.
Well, he kind of, yeah. I mean, in so many words, right? He says, "I don't know what." Let me get it. If I can't, if I can't beat some punk rich kid from the city, which I wouldn't define Alaska McFleece as just some rich punk kid, but you know that's what he does. The Texas Hick will never show his face in the UNL again. So who knows? Yeah, I mean, you talk about
Yeah,
changing of the
yeah. I
guard.
mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and just what I enjoyed about it, and this is definitely goes back to Angle's 101, and just letting a character develop. Coming after a loss. Hey, you know what? Some characters, they take losses in a different way, and to see him just kind of like
Right.
close out and just just go into limbo for a while, and just to rethink as to what he actually wants to do, and then come out with something like this. It was just kind of like, ooh, like
Yeah.
this is one and done, one or done.
Right.
You know,
Last chance.
yeah. Oh man,
And speaking of this feud, and we've had several really amazing feuds, and the nominees for the 2019 awards that managers will vote on will be posted sometime after this upcoming cycle as we close 2019 IWA wise. But I got to say, one of the nominees, obviously, without a doubt, is going to be Rick Rancher versus Alaska McFleece.
oh, undoubtedly, yeah.
I mean, their first match was at the Rumble. So, we have 3 UNL pay per views a year, and we're getting the third Rancher versus McFleece match. So, I mean, kudos to these two guys.
Yeah, that's definitely definitely in the running. Like I said, I'm gonna hold my reservations. I can't say much, but
Right. I'm not gonna be biased on air, obviously, but manager wise, I think there's probably 3 to 4 that are possibilities for
oh
2019 feud of the year.
oh yeah.
I mean, there have been lots of really great feuds. Don't get me wrong, but like when we talk about UNL being next level, like these are the best of the best. So
Oh, I agree. Yeah. We had some latecomers, so as I said, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on.
yeah, and there
But yeah,
is an award for newcomer of the year. So we look at who showed up in 2019, made a splash, made an impact. Definitely going to have some good nominees for that award as well.
okay. Now, well, if you and again, I don't know how many awards there are, but uh, motivational manager of the year, I don't know who better than our buddy, our friend, our pal, second best dresser in the UNL according to Ezekiel
Yeah,
Crane, Mr. Art Deco. Man, his boys have put it
have
down.
crushed it. Yeah, yeah. So since you brought it up, there's wrestler of the year, tag team of the year, six man of the year. Those are all decided by the points, and then ones that managers will pick include manager of the year, which would encompass both wrestlers, story, success in the bulletin, all that stuff. So manager of the year, newcomer of the year, feud of the year, and there's one I'm missing. I think there's one I'm missing. That's embarrassing. Uh,
You're like
drawing a blank.
any, meeny, miny, mo.
So, moment. So manager of the year, feud of the year, moment of the year, and newcomer of the year are all the awards that managers will vote on. So I'll have those nominees posted, like I said, in the next couple weeks.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot, Commissioner.
Oh boy. Okay.
Not sure if you even have them, but do you have last year's recipients?
Oh, sure. I could pull those up momentarily.
Nice.
Give me a half a second,
Perfect.
and well, maybe more than half a second, but close to half a second.
Yeah. No, I mean,
So
just
last,
just to bring it all full circle.
Yeah, last year's winners. Do you want just the awards?
No, I mean
Uh,
whatever you got. Yeah, if
oh,
there's not.
well, I got plenty, sir. So 2018 awards, Wrestler of the Year, Rick Rancher. Tag Team of the Year, Quebec Hitman and the Russian Reaper. Six Man of the Year, Hitman, Reaper, and Naul. Last year's Trash Talker of the Year went to Brad, who manages Rick and Vladimir. Newcomer of the Year went to Joe Kona. Show of the Year, we had Show of the Year last year. I'm not going to do that again. We only have 3 pay-per-views, so that's kind of an award I'm going to let go. Last year's Show of the Year was Global's Greatest. Moment of the year was when the Party Boys were revealed to be the Masked Man. What a good storyline that was. And then Feud of the year was Naul versus Jacob Vandenberg.
Nice, very nice. Now, since you brought up the Party Boys, oh man,
I mean, they're not the Party Boys. I'm not calling them the Party Boys. You might mistakenly call them the Party Boys.
Hey, you know what? We're probably going to have him here with us on air soon because he's no longer a part of Poison. So, he can say it for himself.
Right.
Cece, we love you. But I don't think Poison loves you as much as we do because, man, they got him good. They got him good.
They did. This newcomer, the assassin, fulfilled what he says he is. And it was not pretty.
Well, I mean,
it was not pretty.
According to him, he said Cece was trying to be too much of a nice guy. He said
even though they're poison.
Hey, what? Hey, you know what? There's only so many times you can allow the simpletons to keep saying Party Boys without acting, and he just maybe.
Well, that's true.
Hey, after a while, if you can't control what they're saying about you, then looks like you're not mad enough to stick around in Poison. So,
right,
he got the boot.
So even with their turn, Akbar feels like they were not villainous enough. So he is looking to get even more dark with his new partner, the Assassin.
Well, you know what? I can't imagine. I can't imagine Akbar going more dark, but I guess
right.
I should hold my tongue before I get a stick to the back of the head.
I would not want to be his first opponent, if I may say so.
Yeah, no, this is not looking. I mean, and the Assassin already found his way onto the title page, right?
Yeah, very first cycle.
My goodness, yeah, this is not going to be good. But now, to backtrack a little bit, we were talking about, according to Ezekiel Crane, the second best dressed man in the UNL, their Art Deco.
Yes.
And it looks like one of his fighters was a little worried there.
Well, it seems like TVB is uncharacteristically feeling kind of down. Yeah. And it makes sense to be sad about not winning the Bronze Conqueror or not becoming the Bronze Conqueror, and then also the possibility of losing the United Nations title is a tough pill to swallow. But I guess I'm just used to seeing TVB be very self-assured.
Yeah, you know what? The even though you said all that, I think what upset him the most was the fact that Jacob actually said the X's.
Yes. You're not supposed to say those.
So, go flush his shoes down the. I'm like, yes. Poor Art Deco.
Poor Art, yeah. Gets the short end of the stick yet again.
I guess he had that gut feeling, and similar to the gut feeling that the Dead Rabbits, Robert Hughesworth had, where even though Double Dutch has been worthy, it looks like he guessed it. It's the Dead Rabbits era, and
yes,
Bill Cutting ended up on top there.
Bill Cutting. He's a dangerous man.
Mm, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say that out loud?
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Commissioner. You gotta stop spilling. You gotta stop spilling stuff. I'm telling you, man. But
Yes.
hey, now, speaking of Mr. Cuddy, looks like looks like we think he was seen. Can we confirm that he was seen
Oh, are we talking about
talking
the
to Mr. Crane?
Ezekiel Crane? Yes, it seems like Ezekiel Crane talks to several people. He talks with Double Dutch. He talks with Alaska McFleece, and we're kind of getting the feeling like he's trying to figure out who's gonna face Walter McGinn, right? And we also find out here that Ezekiel Crane is going to be the guest referee of the match against Walter McGinn, which
Mm,
had to have taken some serious contractual shenanigans. But what we see at the end is Walter McGinn finally finds Ezekiel Crane. He's approaching him, and then he sees in the locker room with Ezekiel Crane Bill the Butcher Cutting.
mm.
So what this means, I don't know.
No, 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 no. Oh man, lot going on with that Crane guy.
A
Now,
lot going on.
ever since the associates jumped poor Jack Edison and I always forget the other chap's name,
Anthony
but
Enzo.
Anthony Enzo, that's the one. I haven't heard too much from them. Like, again, it's kind of hard to get beat up and then find your footing again. So
Right, right.
but hopefully they survive the beatdown and regain some traction. But in the meantime, looks like the other person that the associates kind of ambushed and beat up. Looks like one of them took a 2x4 to the back of the head of Humongous, but it looks like he's back up and fully recovered. And it looks like they had a little bit of a payback. And I feel bad now that you know,
Yeah, I feel like they were guilty by association here.
yeah, that's and Solomon, who hasn't fully announced that he's officially still Ezekiel Crane, just him and Grey Crow uh, got the big boot, baby.
So he does talk about wanting to get the world tag titles back, though. Solomon does. So it kind of insinuates that maybe he and Grey Crow are okay, but I'm not sure about he and Crane.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But nevertheless, yes, Black Mass here absolutely destroys both Grey Crow and Solomon here. So kind of a rough situation.
Yeah, and then spits on him. So
And then spits on him, or what he spits in his eye, right? With some
yeah,
is it whiskey or alcohol?
it's what, I'm not gonna pretend like I know what Cartagena is, but I'm thinking it's kind of like some rum or something. Yeah, definitely some alcohol.
Yeah. So not very nice. But then again, I don't think Black Mass is very nice.
Oh, you know what? I think Cartagena is like chewing tobacco.
Oh, see, this is where like we are not. I am not in the know on all the. My vices are limited to Cheetos and Bud Light. So
Nice.
you know,
Oh
I
man. Well, you
think
know
you're
what?
right.
You're getting a mouthful of flaming hot snakes.
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah, but ah, yeah, not good to get
Not good.
not good to get that, especially that disgusting chew. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, bleh. No good, no good.
No good.
But hey, of course, Solomon and Jean Greycrow, you can definitely count on them going after the tag team belts. And it looks like, if you're really gonna make us get beat up by Black Mass at World Warfare, I'm gonna have to ask for a guest referee or something, man. Maybe maybe if Brody isn't busy, maybe Brody can be, because he's kind of, he's not one sided or the other sided. So
Yeah, yeah.
maybe having a Bushmaster there to kind of keep the peace, because just got to stop
Mm.
Humongous before he caves my my character's skulls in.
Like the
Oh,
associates are permanently on this shelf.
oh man, yeah. So we'll find maybe what's his name? Not Psycho Bolt. What's the other guy?
Skullfire.
Skullfire. Maybe Skullfire can help us out and
Yeah,
referee that match, man. We got to have somebody that can keep the peace.
Skullfire.
Oh,
He's yeah, not to be trifled with.
oh no, Commissioner. And again, Commissioner. Again, this uh, you know this league continues, and I don't think we've seen the last of the Dead Rabbits and Double Dutch, because of course Double Dutch continues to shine here.
Right,
I'm
right.
I'm I'm curious as to where Debostan and Del Belgium. I mean, they've been hot. They recently won the IWA World Title. You
Yeah,
know, obviously, like they say, they're going to keep it coming. So hopefully,
yeah. They have some interesting choice of words for their trash talk,
hey, now,
but
well,
they've been lighting up the bulletin. That's for sure.
yeah, hopefully, they don't sign that contract, or hopefully they do. Maybe they are the ones signing the contract. I don't know. Maybe that's why they're so quiet. They want that 250
Oh yeah,
thousand Ezekiel print, but we'll see. We'll see.
could be, could be.
Oh man.
Yeah. Who else? Oh, we didn't talk about the Excavadora attacking uh, Jake Sabot here.
You know what? I completely missed that one. Yeah, you're right. This is Henry Donaldson's fighter.
Yes.
Now, has Jake Sabot confirmed? Is this they signed? Both of them signed. They're going forward with Buried
With,
Alive
with
match.
with the buried alive match, yes, yes. Uh, Jake Sabot laid out the challenge, and Excavadora has accepted. So
Nice.
yes, we
This is
are on tap.
now. Forgive my ignorance, but buried alive, that means a casket, and then just dump dirt into them, or have
Well,
a mound
uh,
of dirt.
so buried alive matches are basically very close to what you just described. So there would be a place, and it's always kind of funny to see because it's like, are they just going to leave them buried in the arena? But like, but there is basically, yes, a large amount of dirt and a shallow grave, and the goal is to put your opponent into the shallow grave and then literally bury them with dirt. So yes, it tends to get pretty vicious.
Well, you know what? I mean, not to take anything away from Jake, and I know he does have, you know, all of Ezekiel Crane to help him out, but I'm telling you, the big X factor is that Henry Donaldson guy, who just you never know what he's gonna bring to the table, because
Well, and
Excavadora hasn't really shown any alliances, right? Like he's not aligned with anybody. He's not.
well, right, right, but I think he's shown that he's quite dangerous.
Oh yeah,
So he and Henry together, uh, I don't know. Yeah, I know that Jake Sabot is no slouch, but I do worry a little bit.
yeah. Now, I know we haven't. I know we have our fair share of managers. I mean, obviously, to break the fourth wall, the holidays are tough. The holidays, keep you busy. Are we missing anybody? Did we? I know I just missed that guy, but is there anybody else that?
Oh, well, we have Timbatsu talking
Ah,
about
yes.
How maybe after McFleece finishes with Rancher, they can have one more match.
Yeah,
So there's that.
Timbatu definitely holds the grudges, man. Let me tell you
Yep.
that, man.
Yep.
That man does not let a grudge work. He may not have a lot of words to say, but he definitely can, bite into a grudge and hold on to it, man. Jeez.
For sure. We also hear from Hughesworth, uh, and he left his uh, dead rabbits in the back to get ready for their title matches against Double Dutch, which Bill Cutting managed to become the United Nations champion. So maybe that's not all bad. But maybe also he should have been paying a little closer attention because it looks like Bill Cutting was having a meeting with Ezekiel Crane.
Hey there, chap. Best be looking around a little more.
Yeah. So, nothing but love.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as always, just good stuff. I appreciate all the work that managers put in. We did have a couple people missing this cycle. It happens. It's not the end of the world. Uh, I do want to mention though, and I mentioned this in my results post. We had 16 active managers. 14 of those managers had wrestlers qualified as like active trash talkers, which means that they trash talk at least every other cycle. Like that they have trash talked in the last 2 cycles, and basically they are consistent trash talkers. So I think that's pretty awesome. So
Oh yeah. Now,
thanks to everyone for all that they do.
now, before we go, just want to, you know, I said this during our commissioner show, and I just want to throw it out there to Double Dutch's Blexing Vladimir Burkemp. Goal! He scored again. He's the damn Mexico champion, baby. You got to show him his love. Love it.
Yes, I hope
Oh,
yes. He is one of the people that we missed this cycle, but Flexing always keeps us
he,
entertained. I'm sure he'll have some.
he must be doing the enchilada dance.
He must be doing the enchilada dance. Yes, that
Oh man.
that does sound like something that Vladimir would enjoy.
Yes. But yeah, good. Like I said, good stuff overall, man. And again, if you are a doubter, if you've gotten this far in the show and you still doubt that the UNL is the premier angle-based trash talk league in the IWA, uh, you know, tell me where to go because yeah, I don't see it anywhere else. I don't see it anywhere else. Come get some if you really think you're up to it.
I mean, I super duper appreciate that, and I'm not going to argue that the UNL isn't one of the best places to play. I would also like to highlight our brothers in arms from the LNL and RWL as 2 more premier places to ply your trash talking craft.
Most definitely. I'll give Sir Robert Hughesworth a little here, here, here,
Here,
here,
here.
here, here. Oh man! All right, Commissioner, we're going to go ahead and sign this one off. You've been listening to Around the United Nations League Trash Talk Edition. Commissioner Anderson and myself, IWA Flip. We'll see you guys next time.